This is Agent Tubbs Productions with another video. This is long-awaited Windows 98 review. Yeah, that's why it took me forever. Ignore the mediocre style video quality. I broke my mic, and Cam Studio hates me now. I also have a cold. Why am I always getting a cold during a decent review video? And I am having a bit of problems with Cam Studio, so please ignore the gorilla style video quality. Now, actually, I'm just sitting here looking at Microsoft ScanDisk. Actually, I'll come back in a second. I'm going to be pausing in and out of the video because Windows 98 on VirtualBox doesn't work as well as Virtual PC. But unfortunately, I'm just too lazy to download Windows 7's version of Virtual PC right now. So as you can see, I'm waiting for Windows 98. Windows 98 2nd edition I'm reviewing. 1st edition I didn't really feel like reviewing. I wanted to review something that's simple. Great operating system. Great predecessor to Windows 98, Windows 95. Now I know I'm supposed to review NT first, but I'll review that next. Because they're about the same operating system. And just to tell you, all the way up until Windows XP, these weren't really Windows operating systems. These were just basically creations of Well, that's what some guy told me. I'm just taking what he said. Please ignore the small lag in this video. As again, VirtualBox sucks. This takes a while to load because I put the recommended RAM into this thing. This is running at 64 megabytes of RAM right now, like it's supposed to. Here we go. Slow as shit. Okay, so the review will start with the new interface. The background's brighter than Windows 95. The start menu actually got a bit of color over here with the Windows icon. And it also includes Internet Explorer. Now Windows 95 was re-released with Internet Explorer later, but Windows 98 was sure to have it. And it's running Internet Explorer 3, I believe. 3 or 4. I'm not sure. But this is 2nd edition. Now, the differences between 2nd edition and 1st edition were very small, but some of them were very pretty impactful. Like, more support for more USB devices for SE. New updates that brought the operating system to be faster, more secure. Also, a new update for most of the software on here. See, I told you. Me and my friend set this up. He told me to put 64 megabytes of RAM. I told him to put higher. This review's going to take an hour. It's already at 3 fucking minutes. There's nothing I really reviewed. Okay. You first start off, when you first install Windows 98, you'll see this. 4 options. Connect to the internet, discover Windows 98, maintain your computer, and register now. Now you can uncheck this so you don't have to see this again when you reboot Windows 98. Maintain your computer will basically, it'll tell you how to speed up your computer for top-notch performance. Schedule regular maintenance that frees up your hard disk space. Yeah, you can read that. And your background will sometimes go to Microsoft Windows 98. But I set mine to be that. You can go to Discover Windows 98. It'll take you online to show you a few things about Windows 98. Connect to the internet does exactly what it says. Connects you to the internet. Windows 98 does make connecting simple and quick. Registering means you can register your operating system online, but who gives a shit about that? Some people do that, but I don't. Once you're done this screen, once you're done whatever you want to do, click close. Sorry, I'm fucking cold. Next up, they still have the MSN internet account. But that's really not essential. This is when you finally see Outlook Express, back when it actually used to be used. Some people still use it, but I find it's unpopular and doesn't need to be here on Windows XP anymore. Luckily, Windows 7 replaced it. Now, the start menu. As you can see, the start button has a little bit of creativity to it now. It has a colorful thing is there. Unless it was on Windows 95. The background seems a little better. The graphics have been improved a bit. Nothing really that you can see. They got Windows Update. where you can download certain updates. Oh my god. They had the MS-DOS prompt, just like Windows 95, where you can review MS-DOS, and you can play games with DOS. They got the new startups folder, which, in my mind, is useless. Online services, which is like MSN, AT&T, CompuServe, but none of that works anymore, so there's no sense of even using it. And accessories. This is where you can find places like things like Disk Defragmenter, Disk Cleanup, WordPad, Notepad, Paint, all that stuff to help you have fun with your computer and to improve it in speed. Also has a drive converter, which is odd because I don't think there ever was one on Windows 98. I think this came with my copy. No one knows. Internet tools, entertainment, which is web TV. Web TV for Windows. This is a tough one. I never remember actually using it. I think it's for TV or something back in the day, but I don't think it's any good. It sounds like something like YouTube. It's useless. Next, I'll go online. But while that's loading, let's see if this piece of crap supports multitasking. While I'm loading up the internet here, I'm going to show you the control panel. See if the control panel got any improvements on Windows 98. Now, I swear to God, I'm putting more RAM into this thing if I do another review on it. There's the control panel. Now, there's not much I can really say about this operating system. One, because this operating system is not a lot. There's not a lot of difference between this operating system and Windows 95. But it does have support for 3D. It has a lot more 3D support than Windows 95 did. Which means more 3D games are compatible. Like Titanic Adventure of Time, Sacrifice, other games that work. Even some of the newer games that came out a few years ago will probably work with Windows 98 if you have the right stuff. In its time, Windows 98 was probably a good was a good operating system, and it never failed you, just like Windows 95. A perfect sequel operating system. As you can see, the flashlight searching like Windows XP. As you can see, it opens up the control panel. There's multiple more options. There's even a tip center where it tells you what the control panel actually does. Then there's Microsoft Home and technical support. But any person that has common sense shouldn't need to go to those things on Windows 98. But that's pretty much all you get here, like any other Windows operating system. Now I'm going to click on Internet Explorer. Now, fortunately, I probably won't be able to get to showing you Internet Explorer because I ain't letting this video go over like 12 minutes. But, Windows 98 looks pretty good. The operating system runs smoothly. Put more RAM into it, though. Don't use 64 megabytes. Have at least 128 in order to run Windows 98 smoothly. Or it could be my crappy CPU I have in this virtual operating system. Who knows? This is Internet Explorer 5, I believe. Unless it's IE5, so I'm guessing that could mean update. Who knows? And you can change the colors to make them look a bit better. But I find that's not really necessary for this review. Because I'm not going into this because I don't have a graphics card for this yet. And VirtualBox doesn't really want to supply me with one. I'll full screen it. That's if it doesn't freeze on me before it does that. No, if you had a computer that's slow, you'd be kind of pissed at it too. As you can see, Internet Explorer is loading slowly. Windows 98 does not support over Windows Internet Explorer 6. If I'm right, I could be wrong, but I think Internet Explorer 6 is the max that Windows 98 can use. Same with Windows 2000, I think. There's just sometimes where I don't really know exactly what does what. This is running, I think, at 256 colors right now, instead of 16-bit or true quality 32. But it's a decent operating system for its time. But do I recommend to use it? Back in 1998, hell yeah, I would recommend you to use this operating system. But now, I'd stick with Windows XP, Vista, or 7. No, not Vista, sorry. My bad. Windows XP or 7. This is a good operating system and it held up pretty good. But its time has passed. And we all know that. So this is Internet Explorer. It takes forever to load. So I'll cut the review now. So this is Agent Tubbs Productions. Oh, here we go. This is Agent Tubbs Productions operating system review of Windows 98. Prepare for another Windows operating system review to come out shortly. Windows NT. Which I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference. But I'll see what I can do. Windows 98 5 runs better with 64 megabytes of RAM than Windows 98 can. But the colors don't look good on Windows 95 either. So, this is Agent Tubbs Productions, some operating system reviews. Windows 98 on VirtualBox. If you guys want to know where you can get this, I'll post a link for Windows 98. And I'll post a link for Virtual PC or VirtualBox, whatever one you prefer. So, this is Agent Tubbs Productions. Subscribe. A new video will be coming out soon. Goodbye.